Let's put on our big girl pants and spring clean our entire house in just one day. I'm sharing the best tips and hacks right now. When my house was really messy and dirty, no matter how many times I cleaned it, it was because I wasn't doing the 3 steps. The first step is the dailies. These are things you have to do every day, like the dishes and the laundry and a quick tidy up. Then you have your weeklies, which is vacuuming, mopping, dusting, cleaning the bathrooms. And the third step is the big deep down clean that I do not do often enough. But a few times a year, you're doing your baseboards and your windows and your light fixtures and all that grime that requires more effort. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm going to show you how you can do it super crazy fast. If you've got busy and you just haven't had time to do the dailies and the weeklies, I got you. I'm going to show you how to quickly catch up using the sweep method. This is the method that professional cleaners use to be super efficient when cleaning a space. And I'm in Izzy's room because it's the messiest room in the house. I'm going to show you how to do this crazy fast, starting with the S for scoop. And you're scooping up all the trash and dishes. I like having a bucket or a laundry bin for the dishes and of course a trash bag. You start in one corner and you literally sweep the room looking for dishes, trash, pop cans, all that stuff. And you're not leaving the room. You are staying in the space and just filling up the trash bag and the little bucket or laundry hamper with all the gross stuff. It's just hunting for gross stuff. Next is W for wanderers. So you start in the same corner, sweep the room looking for anything that does not belong. And I'm going to put all of this stuff in my tidy tote so I'm not getting distracted, and we'll put it away at the end. Next is E for everything in its place. And this is where you go starting in one corner, sweep the room, tidying. That means putting things that you find in the place when they belong in the room. You're just straightening up, really. But this methodical starting in one corner and sweeping a room means you never get distracted and it goes crazy fast. It's time for E, eliminate dirt. And this is where you're literally cleaning. And now that everything's tidy, it's so easy. And I like using a Swiffer duster and starting up high, kind of knocking the dust down off the walls or light fixtures, and then going in with a cleaner on the flat surfaces to get all the goo. Last but not least is P for polish the floor, which means just give everything a good sweep or good vacuum and mop, and you are done, my friend. Truthfully, we're not actually done till we deal with the dishes and the trash and all the things that we had that didn't belong. We should go and put those things away. But this is the fastest method for cleaning a really gross, very chaotic space without getting overwhelmed. It saves so much time and you'll be done before you know it. Let's get to the good part. So everything's caught up and now we're doing the flawlessly spring cleaning routine. And you start with F for furniture. When you're cleaning your furniture, you want to make sure that you're using, especially for fabric furniture, a white cloth, because any colored dyes, if you have a colored rag, will actually transfer to your furniture, making it look dirtier. So what I like to do, because for some reason I got a white sofa and it's always super filled with pet stains and teenage stains, is get this damp with warm water and spray it lightly with multi-purpose cleaner or just a little bit of dish soap, and then just scrub the dirty spots. On TikTok, you've probably seen the cool hack of wrapping a pot lid to scrub. This is just going to give you that nice flat surface, and you can scrub a little bit harder without having any big water spots. So that's a really cool hack. But if you have microfiber furniture, don't use water at all. It's going to leave water stains. Instead, use a dry white cloth and spray on some straight rubbing alcohol. Don't mix it with water, straight rubbing alcohol. Just spray it on the stain and buff it with the dry cloth and it will look brand new. For the rest of your furniture, like hard surfaces, the spot that I always focus on is the bottoms. We always wipe the top, right? But we neglect the bottom, especially chair legs. So your kitchen table chair legs, stools, chair legs, they're gonna be covered in goo and hair and everything else. So give them a really good wipe. When we're talking about furniture, you can't neglect your mattress, right? This is the time of year, once a year, where you should flip or rotate your mattress so that it's way more comfortable and evenly like dipped, and sprinkle it with a little bit of baking soda. If you want to get real fancy, you can use some drops of essential oil too, like lavender, so you sleep better. But the reason you want to do this is baking soda actually absorbs odors and it absorbs moisture. So leave this on for like 15 minutes. It'll suck all the grossness out of your mattress and then you just vacuum it off. The L stands for light fixtures, which are one of the most neglected spots in your home. So not just your standard chandeliers and stuff, but think about your pot lights, definitely all of your light switches, and your lampshades can be cleaned really quickly with a sticky roller. So anything that lights, you gotta give it a clean. Most of the time I would say like dusting is enough, but these glass things are full of food splatter and fingerprints. Man, they're gross. And they've been bothering me since we moved in, so I'm giving them a quick clean. And I'm gonna hack this by cleaning them all in the dishwasher with a little bit of vinegar. Just don't break it. That's why I got a towel down here in case I drop it. It won't smash. They gotta be cleaned. If your light switches are looking real grody, it's because we have oils in our fingers and they're dirty and it's actually staining the plastic. So to quickly get them clean, use either like a bathroom cleaner or a bleach cleaning spray, or my new favorite cleaner is Barkeeper's Friend in a spray. This will like get everything. So you just spray it on the cloth, don't spray it on the electricity, and give it a really quick wipe. They will look brand new. Sparkly. A is for appliances, and that means doing a deep clean of your dishwasher, your stove, your fridge, your microwave, your coffee maker. This seems like crazy overwhelming, but it's really not. If you have a self-cleaning oven, it's kind of just a one button. The one place I do want you to focus on though is definitely the dishwasher. If you've watched my videos, you know that I do the dishwasher. You've seen me do this a million times, and yet it is always a horror show. And so this is your friendly reminder to get in there, friends. The thing that's the grossest is the seal. You would think a dishwasher would clean itself, but no, my friends, it does not. It is a science experiment. It's like making some biohazard weapons up in here. Drag your hand along the door of the seal. You will find stuff. Usually I gag. It's not too bad. I just did it like 2 months ago, and still tons of food. Moldy, rotten, waterlogged food is in your seal and all around the door. And why this is important is because this is getting on your clean dishes, right? It's just like bacteria haven up in here. And also, when the seal is super clogged, your dishwasher is way noisier. It just is, or it could leak. So like 2 seconds, my friends, clean the seal and make sure you also empty out your filter. Because mine is always filled with so many things. Yummy. When you really look, you're just like, I'm a pig. And this is horrible. We're just gonna burn that rag. We're gonna finish off just like a little bit of vinegar, like a squishy. I don't know how much, don't ask how much. A little bit, just to like really cleansify it. Quick tip for the microwave. Mine is super gross. We all know the bowl, right? You fill a bowl with water, you cook it for 4 minutes, it will steam away the goo. But a tip I like even more are these awesome products. One is this like magnetic thing that sticks on the top of your microwave to catch all the splatter, and you can toss it in the dishwasher. Life changing. And there's this rubber mat. I don't know what it's called, but it sits perfectly on your turntable, and then you can pull the hot thing out without burning your hands, and it catches all the goo, and it also is dishwasherable. The other thing that's awesome about this is, yes, we just leave it on the top all the time because we're lazy and forget, but it's meant to come down as a food cover. So stopping all splatter. So up, down, always stored in the microwave. W is for windows. I am not going outside to clean the outside. It is cold, but quick tip, if you are doing the outside of your windows, a squeegee is like amazeballs and super fast and easy. So I definitely recommend doing that. But if you're like me and you're lazy and you just want to get the goo, it's all about a foaming glass cleaner and like a tight knit microfiber cloth. I'm gonna focus on the windows where the dog has the goo and there's fingerprints. If you have pets, you know what I mean. And then the rest, I'm just gonna like do next spring. L is for laundry, and I'm going to start with the dryer because I'm putting on my firefighter helmet for a second and saying that there's a lot of dryer fires. So cleaning your filter really good is so important, and I've shared before how important it is not only to remove all this lint, which obviously someone hasn't done in a while in my house, but also to wash this filter with soap and water, because there's often like a film that means water can't run through it. You'll see it. You put it under water, the water will pool. Using the soap and water will make sure that this is perfectly clean. So I'm gonna do that after. But now I really want to focus in the deep, dark abyss down here. You can take this apart, but we're lazy. I'm going to try 2 hacks. The first is this like bottle brushy thing that I got off Amazon that cleans deep down inside. Let's see if we can like scoop anything out. I don't know. I've seen people on TikTok like take their dryer apart. I ain't about to do that. I'm just going to use this thing. Oh, the lint. Oh my. Yes, friends, get it. And where does it go? Does it go down here? Can I put it all the way down there? It's like delivering a baby. If the baby was lint. Okay. Well, I loosened a bunch of lint. This is where things could go seriously wrong. When I told Joe I was doing this, he was like, I told him I wanted to clean the dryer vent. He's like, that's so much work. You got to pull out the dryer and do the whole thing. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I'm going to use a leaf blower, and I'm literally going to just like flap this flap down and put it in this hole and see if it blows anything out the other end. This may or may not work. If it does, I'm a genius. If it doesn't, it's just gonna blow it all back in my face. Either way, prepare to be entertained. Okay, so I am gonna wrap a towel around here so I don't get like the blowback, you know what I mean? Back up in my face. And I just use the nozzle to like keep that little gate open. And in theory, I blast this and it blasts it through the dryer out the vent outside. Take some bets if this is gonna work or not. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Let's do this. Nothing came out. Is it that it's so sparkly clean, or is it that there's a reason?
It's very dusty in here now.
I think we blew it all into here.
Yeah.
It's fine. I gotta do it one more time. Well, inside here looks sparkly clean because it's all in the air. Okay, so maybe my dryer vent's just so clean that nothing came out. I'm curious if you want to like be crazy and give this a try. Let me know in the comments below if anything actually blows out the other end for you. But if nothing else, this whole area is looking super perfectly clean. Let's talk about the washer. I know you've seen me do this 1,000 times, but also your reminder needs to be done, friends. We are going to go ahead and check that filter and make sure it's at the front of your front loader. Make sure it's not super bad. Oh, and it just pours water out. Oh, it's full. Hair elastics. Oh God. What is this? Oh, tags or something? Hair? Oh, it smells too. It smells not as bad as it did last time though. So, I mean, that's something. And you want to pull out this plug on your rubber thingamadoodle and just let that water drain. If you don't do this at least every few months, your washer drum is going to be stinky, and also your clothes will always have just like a little bit of a funk about them. And it's possible you could even damage your pump, right? Because you've got all this debris trapped in there. So take 5 seconds, drain it. I can smell it now. I can smell it now. Ooh. Drain it and clean out that filter. It's just so grossly stinky. Hey, not too bad today. Da-da-da-da! Winning in life! And just like that, we've spring cleaned the appliances. The E is for electronics, and electronics, I don't know why, man, but they get so dusty. I assume it's like the electromagnetismness of them that attracts the dirt. I have no idea why. A lot of people do use like compressed air to clean out. I'm just all about vacuuming. So vacuuming out the crumbs of my keyboard, vacuuming out all the like little vents in the electronics is so perfect. And then just give them a quick wipe. I just use like my old regular glass spray, but never, never, never use cleaner or spray on your TV screen. Always go with just a microfiber cloth, or if it's like fingerprints and goo, a little bit of water. Don't you dare put product on this. You're just gonna like wreck it and smear it. Another quick tip that I love so much for electronics is using fabric sheets. So fabric sheets are so perfect for dusting electronics because it kind of like counteracts that electrostaticness or whatever it's called, sciencey thing, and means that they're not going to like attract and hold as much dust in the future. So dusting with these, not on your screen, just on like your stereo equipment or your PS, all that type of stuff, is actually going to keep them way cleaner. Last but not least, you can't forget the remotes. Why are they so gross? I don't know, because I have teenagers. Don't spray the cleaner on the remote. Spray it on the cloth and then just get that goo, friends. Get that goo. Sparkly. Oh, the back is always so dusty. Is this the plastic we were supposed to remove when we bought the TV? It is! I've never dusted back here. We've had this TV for years. It's the plastic that came. It's embarrassing. No, for real. I guess pro tip, leave the plastic on your TV and it won't get dirty. We've had this TV for like 4 years. I've never dusted behind it, apparently. Woo, and you can tell. She's dusty. The first S is for shelving and surfaces, and if you're like me, you don't do this enough. I can't even tell you the last time. Like, I use the Swiffer duster all the time, which is great, but I never move anything and I don't dust the objects. So, because it's spring cleaning, we gotta be big girls, I'm actually gonna move stuff and wipe down the shelving, the surfaces in your kitchen, move like your coffee maker, move the stuff that's always on and give the surfaces a good wipe underneath. We just don't do this enough. And we only got to do it once a year. So like, it's not that bad. I wouldn't do this if you weren't watching. That's the truth. I have never moved these and dusted behind. Hey, not even bad. That's the thing, because they're in the place, you don't really get dust behind it, right? But we should still do it, because we grown-ups and stuff. I'm gonna count like the chair rail as a surface, only because I never dust it. And it needs it. Okay, all the surfaces, especially the high ones, get it. This is a hack I'm excited to try that I actually learned from you. And that is the top of high surfaces, like if you have cabinets like this that have a space, or the top of bookcases, line it with newspaper. I don't actually have any newspaper, so I'm gonna use parchment paper. But why this works is, it is so hard to dust. If you watched my other video I did a while ago trying to clean this, it became a paste of awfulness. But if you line it with like paper, then all you have to do is literally like once a year throw the paper out and get new paper. No scrubbing, and everything's always clean. This is like the best hack ever for high surfaces. The two best hacks for keeping shelving and surfaces clean is, of course, to declutter. That's the first one. Less stuff equals less stuff to clean and less stuff to wipe. And the second step is actually investing in a robot vacuum that you run every single day. Most of the dust in your home comes from the floor, believe it or not. So running a robot vacuum daily means you rarely have to dust. The last S is for scrub, and this is where we become hunters for obvious stains and grime in our house. This could be fun. It's like, I don't know, you're Indiana Jones looking for treasure, except it's the opposite of treasure. One thing I totally recommend when you're doing your walls is not to wash your entire wall. Just give it a quick dust with a Swiffer duster and just focus on the fingerprints or scuffs that you see. And the best thing to clean your walls is actually good old-fashioned dish soap. Some dish soap and a rag is all you need. But when we're talking about like really gross stuff, like maybe soap scum in your bathroom or mold or just like deep down stains, just go with something really like a heavy duty cleaner. And right now my favorite is Barkeeper's Friend in a spray bottle or like Scrubbing Bubbles bathroom cleaner. Those are like my two go-to deep down, I will kill everything scrubbing cleaners. I am tired, but I am done. I love following this flawlessly clean checklist because it gets all the spots that like get neglected, but it's fast and it's easy and it keeps me focused. If you are watching this and you're like, what about the grout, Cass? What about the baseboards? I do have lots of other videos where I share specifically those tips, but I have a quick baseboards hack for you that I just saw that I want to share, and that is at the end of your vacuum, you want to wrap a fabric strippy thingy. It's called something. It's called, don't you tell me, Emily, it's coming to me, a dryer sheet around the end, and then run this on your baseboard. So not only will this like act as a little, it'll suck up the dirt, this will act as a little like wiper, but also a fabric sheet will help repel dust in the future. So I'm gonna give this a try. You should too. Thanks so much for watching. I have a free gift for you, just for those of you who have stayed to the end. My spring cleaning checklist, which is usually $2 and includes all the things we talked about in this video, is free just for you. The coupon code is SPRING. I'm going to put a link down below. Make sure you go check that out, get your free printable pack, and have a flawlessly clean home for spring. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. Usually I try to share like a funny story with you, but today I thought I would share something that worked out and that I'm just like so excited and emotional about. So yesterday I drove the fire truck to training, which was water rescue training, spent hours in the lake doing like rescues and stuff. It was super fun. And then drove the truck back. And I realized like, this is crazy, man. And I looked back at this text thread that I started, and it was exactly 1 year to the day that I started texting all my friends and family, Operation Cass becomes a firefighter. And I read through the text chain because it was like, every day I was like, I'm going for the interview. I think I sucked. I'm going for the aptitude test. I'm so dumb. I definitely failed. I'm going for the physical test. I dropped the baby. I opened the hose accidentally and squirted people in the face. I couldn't get up off the floor because my legs gave out. And then in school, like I threw up in my mask and I was so scared and claustrophobic and everything was so heavy. And it was like, I'm so scared of heights. So going on a ladder was terrifying. And the thing is, like, I just kept doing it even though I wanted to give up the entire freaking time. And it just became less scary and less hard. And now, like even a month ago, I failed my driver's test, right? And I was just like, this is never gonna happen. And now I'm just driving a fire truck like a boss. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my point is, we all have failures and we all have things in our life that like seem so hard and that we suck at. But if we stick with it, we can get better and it can get easier and we can do anything. So, I wanted to share that with you because it's my 1 year anniversary of applying to be a firefighter. And you know what? I still think it's really cool. But I mean, I guess it's cleaning the mattress cover. Sure, you could just lock it. No, it makes it totally pointless. Totally pointless. Take off the mattress cover and wash that in the washing machine. You like, ooh, don't burn your hands. And also it catches all the goo. Also microwavable. Nope.
Dishwasher safe.
Yep. Let's start again. I put these to the moon. Like, why is the shelving so high? It's ridiculous. This one is dusty. Probably because it's in friggin' outer space. It's so high that I don't even use the Swiffer up here. Like, what was I thinking? I'm like, put everything at eye level, except in my house, I'm gonna put it at the ceiling. Stupid. Joe hung these, let's get real. This is Joe's fault. He's not even tall. He thinks he's tall. He's 5'10". He says 5'11". Why do men do that? Nobody knows. Why do they lie? We know, we can see, we have eyes. We know how tall you are. We have eyes.